My two best friends came back from our group holiday a week after I did. They looked exactly the same. They sounded the same. But last night, while we were cooking, my best friend's eyes rolled completely white for 3 full seconds. And now I know the terrible truth. The things wearing their faces aren't my friends. And the man who did it is currently sleeping in my bed. It started 2 years ago. I was walking home from work when a guy in a cheap, overly colorful jester costume stepped in front of me. He was handing out leaflets to people actively avoiding eye contact. He looked embarrassed, instantly dropping his goofy voice to apologize. He said if he didn't hit his sign-up quota, they'd make him wear the hat, too. I laughed. The leaflet advertised a package holiday, Blue Carnival Island. At the bottom, strangely, was the logo of a massive energy company. Sponsored trip, I guessed. I ended up talking to him. His name was Matt. He was charming and normal beneath the ridiculous makeup. He explained it was a structured group experience. Flights, hotels, all included. He even admitted he got a bonus if the group stayed together. It sounded like a fun, cheap getaway. I convinced my friends, Chloe and Tyler, to come. Just something we could post about and laugh over later. When we got to the bus station, Matt was there, hyping up a crowd of 60 people. But before we boarded, his smile dropped for just a second. He told us it was crucial we didn't wander off. Wouldn't want anyone getting lost, he said. Everything was fine until our layover in Amsterdam. The flight to the island was delayed overnight. Matt handled it perfectly, booking us all into a hotel. I went to his room to chat. He had no luggage, just a small duffel bag on a chair. He joked that he didn't stay in one place for long. I went to sleep, thinking nothing of it. At 3 a.m., loud, urgent knocking woke me. I opened the door. It was Matt. No costume, no smile. His face was pale, his jaw tense. He shoved a printed plane ticket into my hand. "You need to leave," he whispered. "Now." I just stared at him. I asked about Chloe and Tyler. He shook his head, his voice cracking with a terrified urgency I had never heard before. "I'll handle it. Just please, Sarah, go." He stepped forward and kissed me. Not gently, desperately, like he was trying to memorize the feeling. I was too scared to argue. I packed with shaking hands. The hallway felt too long. The silence felt heavy, pressing against my eardrums. I flew home alone, checking my phone constantly. No messages. Nothing. I told my family I got sick. I texted Chloe and Tyler, terrified of what might have happened. A day later, they replied, "Made it. Island is amazing. Get well soon." I was confused. When they finally got back, everything seemed completely normal. At first. But weeks later, the cracks started showing. Small, terrifying things. Chloe laughing at the wrong moments. Tyler, who was usually so loud and animated, became quiet, flat. One afternoon, I mentioned a road trip the three of us took years ago. Chloe hesitated. She smiled and said, "Oh yeah, that." But her eyes were empty. She wasn't remembering. She was guessing. They were my friends, but it felt like watching a play where the actors hadn't fully memorized the script. I tried to ignore it. I tried to pretend my mind was just playing tricks on me. Then came Tuesday. We were in Chloe's kitchen, cooking dinner like we always did. She was telling a story. I wasn't really listening to the words, just watching her mouth move. Mid-sentence, she stopped. She repeated a word, like a skipped record. And then, her eyes rolled back. Not a feint, not natural. They spun fast, snapping back into her skull until there was nothing but solid, dead white. Two blank, milky marbles staring straight through me. I screamed. Instantly, they snapped back. She blinked, looking perfectly normal. "Sarah, oh my gosh, are you okay?" she asked. She blamed low blood sugar. I nodded, but my hands wouldn't stop shaking because I knew I hadn't imagined it. I left early. I knew there was only one person who could explain what was inside my friend. I called Matt. He came over that night. No small talk. He sat in my living room, completely still. His voice was too calm. "Do you believe there are other versions of you, Sarah?" he asked. "Other timelines where your life goes differently?" I just stared at him. "Some of those versions," he continued, "are suffering in ways you can't imagine." My blood ran cold. He leaned forward. "The island. It's where they switch people. The version of you that goes there doesn't come back. They take broken, tortured versions of people from other timelines and swap them with the ones from here. They replace their memories so it all fits." I couldn't breathe. "Why?" I whispered. Matt looked at the floor. "Because the switch, the suffering, it generates energy. More than anything else they found. The energy company on the flyer. It wasn't a sponsor. It was a harvester."
"I couldn't send you there," Matt whispered. "He told me he wasn't originally from here. Years ago, backpacking in Thailand, he was taken, tortured for weeks. Then he woke up in a pristine facility. They told him he'd been swapped. The Matt from this world had gone on a holiday. They gave him a choice. Have his memories wiped to fit this world, or keep them and work for them. I chose to remember," he said. "But I have to meet a quota. 10 people every cycle. If I don't, I'm fired. They wipe my mind." The silence in my apartment was deafening. I thought of Chloe. I thought of Tyler. The real ones. Sent to whatever hell Matt had escaped from. Because I convinced them to go. Because Matt needed to meet his quota.
That was months ago. I never told anyone. Who would believe me? My family? The things wearing my friends' faces? Eventually, Matt and I moved in together. I didn't feel safe anywhere else. He's the only one who knows. The only one who understands the guilt that eats me alive every single day. We go to work. We see the fake Chloe and Tyler. We pretend everything is normal. I still see him come home in that jester costume. He leaves it draped over the chair in our bedroom. It doesn't look ridiculous anymore. It looks like a threat, because I know exactly what it means. As long as he hits his sales quota, he gets to keep his memories. He gets to stay mine, Matt. And he always hits his quota. He has to. Even if I don't ask who he's sending to the island to do it. If you've ever felt like someone you love came back from a trip just a little bit different, subscribe. I upload new stories every week. Leave a comment below. Would you have stayed with Matt, knowing what he does to survive? Oh, and one more thing. If someone hands you a flyer for a cheap island getaway, maybe just keep walking. Sweet nightmares.